Hello, hello, and welcome back to some Nevermore, Never more. Last time we completed the first area, and I think we are mostly done with the second area, but I still have to find an objective in it. So I think there's a little bit left. I am 1 minute late. I can believe that. I think I want to go to this checkpoint. And kind of work my way back. Hello? Did I not already clear you? How are you active? Give me that. Wind charge. Torches. Yeah, I think my computer's clock is slightly slow somehow. I've noticed before it's lost a little bit of time compared to the iPad clock. And I think that has happened again. They were both synced a few months back, and now the computer's clock is reading 2 minutes behind the iPad clock. I think it's probably wrong. Not sure why it doesn't just automatically sync with the clock server. It should be doing that. You would think. But it doesn't. Just operating system things. Let me at him. Break that. I don't think there's anything down there. Not that I haven't already seen. Bit of spikes. Oop. I did repair the sword. At the relatively low cost, because I just read the word clock again. The relatively low cost of 7 levels. And I made a new pair of unenchanted copper boots. Maybe I should have enchanted them with something, but I'm sure it's fine. Probably find iron boots soon enough. Probably. I'm gonna go across the wall instead of across the middle, so I don't get shot down by the skeletons that I figured might be over there, and were. Dropping down? You are dropping down. That's cool. Doink. Blocks are hard. It's true. Especially if you have to consider things like daylight savings time. And time zones. And leap years. There's the objective. I see it. Oh, don't go off the ledge. No objective. Pink dye. Very nice. Get rid of that. Do-do-do-do-do. Complaints box. Probably just make that an external file if it were me. But sure. Whatever works. The ender chest does sound like a good option. If you want to do it in game. I think that clears out everything up here. I think that about does it for the entire area. Could I have gotten that at the end of last time? Maybe. Perhaps. Fair enough. Documentation. 2 objectives. 2 out of maybe 6. Or maybe more. The map release said 6, but it also said 6 ... question mark. So that figure is probably unreliable. Hop! Potion. Long-ranged ghast spawner. Air a breeze. Goodbye, breeze. Hello, breeze. Went into the hole, leapt right back out of the hole. Okay, nothing especially valuable. I need to count how many books I end up with. Can you make it out from down there? Yeah, currently you can. Not anymore. Okay. Going up. Spawner where? Not up here. You. And you. Where did that arrow come from? Wonton arrowing. Break that. Okay. These guys have lowered HP, and it feels like it. Yeah, proving less annoying than they usually are. Eh. Not quite enough knockback to get that guy near the spawner. Arrows. Copper, copper, copper. You do that. Ba, 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 ba. And that one to blow up. Too close to the chest. What flower-related item is in that chest? Okay, let me, hold on. Get rid of that first. All done. All done. Finally. Just pop the wall right there real quick. It's a fair few creepers. Where is the breeze? There you are. Torch, torch. Books. Oh. There's another spawner up there. Gotcha. I'm breaking 2 reverb too. What does reverb do again? Gain chaining hit amount. And guarantee a chaining hit. Increase the number of mobs affected by your chaining hits. 50% of attack total damage to another nearby mob. So long book. Construction and breaking. I'll take I'll take all of them. They're blocks. Low damage, but very good against big groups of enemies. Sure. Situationally good. Especially because this sword is excelling at single target damage. Spawner up there. Is it unprimed already? Looks like it's exhausted. Was that a limited quantity ghast spawner? Not totally sure what happened there. It's not spawning anyway. That's the important bit. More blocks. More books. More potions. Where am I going? Oop. I don't need a random enchanted crossbow. Ooh. This thing recharges really slowly. No it doesn't. It shouldn't do. Suddenly taking damage. Probably due to the guy with the enchanted axe. That would do it. You. A mace. Unfortunately, they're not actually that good. At least unenchanted. It's really a different area altogether. Surprising quantity of mobs down this particular pit. Anything going on down here? Looks like it. Looks like mobs. No death counter. Why is this charging so slowly? I think that is a bad weapon, as it turns out. Okay, hold on, hold the line. Is there a better way down? Not from down there. we get down via this way? Okay, that... using that just disables my ability to attack for a while. Why is that even a thing? This is rubbish. Leave my hotbar this instant. Why is that a thing? Why is it doing that? Imagine wanting to attack with your weapons. Okay, well, there's the majority of my stuff. Why am I down here? Why am I here? What was the point of this? Why does this little section of mob-crowded corridors exist? I don't need that. I don't need that. Don't need that. Or that. Works for me. I don't think there's even any point to this section. There's nothing here, just mobs. Just mobs and regret. Okay, well there's more up there. More regret. Additional regret. Any objectives too? Mayhaps? Okay, don't go down there. Got it. Nothing this direction? Maybe up there? This terrain confuses me. Well, I'm over here now. Goodbye. But yeah. I can think of an absolutely deranged way to do that. But it's probably a lot more effort than it's worth. Sudden thought. Hear me out. You use the spyglass, and you look at a mob through the spyglass. And somehow it displays data about mob. It's kind of a half-formed idea as well. Maybe you could temporarily change the mob's name when you're looking at it through the spyglass and have it display all the pertinent information above the mob. It sounds possible. It sounds like a lot of effort. And you'd need the player to carry around a spyglass all the time if they wanted to do that. Like I am, for some reason, doing here. But, like, you could. Or maybe there's another more sensible way to put words on the UI. I don't know. Raycast a invisible display entity in front of the player when they're looking at a mob through the spyglass and put some words on that. That might be better. Programming. Make spyglasses useful. I'm not dead. I am out of torches. Temporarily. The problem is about to be fixed. Torches. Hello. Where's this going? Strength potion. That's nice. It's not in there. Okay. Death from above! Eradicate mobs. Again, going up here because ton of spawners from not the best entry location. Okay, run back. Kind of. Kinda works. Trial spawner. Ooh. Okay. Pile of spiders on its own, fine. Pile of spiders while I'm dealing with several other mobs at the same time, not great. Alright. Alright. Got him. It is nice when they happen to jump right in front of you. Arrows that I do not have room for. Chain. Can I make chain armor out of chain? Maybe. I'm gonna need new leggings pretty soon. Oh, goodbye. 16 torches in the torch duke table, too little. 64 infantry overcrowded. Yep, Iron sword. Excellent. I can put some enchantments on that. This is a big area. Yeah, that is a long-distance gas spawner. But it's a trial spawner, so it has limited spawns. That's pretty funky. Never seen that before. Take me home. Take me home. Country teleporters. I'm out of room. Make more room. Room has been achieved. But not like that. Yoink. I need an armor chest. I probably need an armor chest. I always need an armor chest. What am I talking about? Also need an armor chest. It's true of every map. To have ever existed, always. There. I should probably switch this out to something a little more armory and less thornsy at some point. That's pretty dead. I don't think it's quite good enough to worry about repairing it. How much of this is books? Most of it. Mostly books. Shoes. I'm assuming I can turn this into armor. Of course. Lovely. Mace. Right. What do I have here? That is good. There's a sharpness 2. Melee protection 2. Breaking. Unbreaking. Reconstruction's probably good on armor. There's a melee protection 3. 2 and bulwark. Bulwark. Reduce damage when attacked. Yes. That is also good. Melee protection. What and breaking. Breaking. Construction. I'm breaking. More melee protection. First strike is quite good for the sword. Maybe. Duelist is more damage against illages and things, I believe. Humanoid. Could be quite good. I don't have too much else better. Let's go with that. That should do pretty well. You can have melee prot 3. Reconstruction. Duelist 1. And breaking 3. Good. Should be some solid upgrades. Okay. Maybe I should do this area next. It's next in the order. Yeah. The graveyard sucks anyway. I want to go this way instead. Long ladder. Skeletons. Ooh. Water that doesn't obey the laws of physics. How does it not overflow? Alright, I'm up here. I'm up here now. I'm breaking, sharpness, reconstruction. Way to buy anvils, though. That's good. Ooh. Speaking of which, grab that. This is probably going nowhere. Uh-huh. That's a big chain. Oh yeah. Good sword. More books! Chaotic 1 and other enchantments. Why do I have a 0 durability chestplate in the hotbar? Get out of here. That's a big spider. Big spider that summons a cube. But everything's a cube. Very true. Everything is in fact a cube. Sure. I really don't need that though. Can hit more than one mob at a time. Ooh. Where did that creeper come from? Apart from right there. Pretty obvious, really. Aberration? Say what? What is this enchantment? Hit a slime minion that targets a nearby mob and explodes after 6 seconds, dealing dynamic damage. 50% chance to split on explosion up to 2 times. Interesting. Could be helpful. Just drop down. What could possibly go wrong? Nothing. Went fine. Perfectly reasonable. Why is that wall making an angry face? Pareidolia. You know what? I bet one of these leads back to the grate I saw in the graveyard area. Not this one, though. This one was a trap. What the, who even traps that? Who looks at the random, clearly meant to just be a dark pipe corridor and goes, yeah, that would be a good spot for a trap. Either Pear or Lylac. One of them. Clearly. Surprisingly few mobs waiting for me at the bottom. Hey! Shoot them, not me. Another gapple for the collection. Try again. There you go. Got him the second time. Where mob? Spawn mob. Dexterity, duelist, melee protection. Hello? There you go. Too bright. Another gapple. Crit. No, you don't. Yes, you do. Stop that. I think we might be overusing the book chests just slightly. I have a few too many of them. Oh yeah, it was another book chest. Was more books. Ah, 'tis more books. More books, more books, more books. Everywhere, all the time. Everything, everywhere, all at books! Maybe I should start my own library. Checkpoint. Trims and aqueducts. That does sound a lot like where I currently am, yes. It's a fair assessment. Well named. long as I don't get shot off the ledge. I'm fine. Right. Hello. Things. I would in fact like to go down, but I would like to go down in such a way that I can get back up again. Give me something that isn't books, please. Anything else? Creepers, creepers. Anything else but that? I don't need that. I have copper. Why would I need more leather? Thank you. Crimson Grapes, Lifesteal 1 to max health. It's probably worth it. It's probably worth it. Probably. It is a no natural regen map. But I do also very much like the dodging and attack speed. Ignore the fact that I actually used that leather. Disparaging the chest, and then it turns out it's actually useful. Well... See, now I have to know. Now that the previous one was something, even though that something was a trap. Nothing. Thin wall, huh? Spikes. Gotcha. more useless leather. Looks like I may be leaving the area. Another way into this area. Jumps. Okay. Well, that's what's that way. Shipyard port. So it is. So it is. Where do you drop from? I suppose it doesn't really matter. Next. 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 Come on. Bring them on. I can take them. Another gap. This area in particular is running me through the torches fairly rapidly. Shields, speed potions, lots of slowness arrows. Sure. Send them all home. Okay. Need to deal with that. Whoop. That is not the way to go about doing it. Come on. There. One more round of zombies for good luck. You? Nice webs. Ooh. Okay, hello. Going down. Down with. Uh-oh. Yep. Thankfully, it appears those items were invincible. Blood water. Ooh, lag. Okay. Dead end. Dead end. Ah, goes up this way. Hey, buddy. That's a lot of creepers. Why are they not managing to hit me? Shouldn't complain. Ooh. Doot, 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 doot. Okay. Okay. Nothing is hitting me. That guy. Surely the area cannot be too much longer. I say this mostly due to my lack of torches. Hello. Do a little bit of something. Mops, mops, mops. Guy. Yeah, there's stuff up there. Yeah, there's stuff down there. Just spurs. Excellent. I'm about to go through some cobwebs, and that is a lot of offensive potions as well. Weaving 3, Wither 3. Evasion spurs decontaminate. I don't know what decontaminate is, but I'm just gonna go out and say that it's probably anti-poison of some kind. Based on the name and general vibe. Explosions. Why are things randomly exploding? Where are things randomly exploding? Apparently I've been here. Maybe, kind of. Down there. I see objective. I rush objective. I rush back away from objective. Nope. I would like to get rid of you. One, 2, 3. Red dye. I need the resin clumps. They are currency. I think I'm just gonna shortcut over here. I think that's a shortcut. Which way am I going? How do I leave this place? This is backwards, I know that much. Is it faster to go backwards? Where's the nearest checkpoint? Down there. Good. I am going the right way. Very good. 3 objectives. Not that. I want to keep those on the bar. I want to keep that. I want some more torches, probably. Loads of torches. Books! Want my 3rd double chest of books? It's a lot of books. Some might say too many. Alright. Okay. Where to next? Got a few options. Go back to trying the graveyard again. I don't want to figure out where the altar is. I feel like I maybe should have come across it by now, and I haven't. Curious what's back this way. charge. Gravel trap. Something up there, maybe? Unless it's just decorative lighting. Creeper zombies. Creeper zombies. Dangerous. Oh. Not decorative lighting. I hear a villager. Ah. Well then. Okay. Shattered steps. Go on then. I'm gonna get out of audible range pretty quickly, probably. This area might be the cause of all the explosions I was hearing. Things do appear to be exploding. A lot of things. Suddenly webs! Was a good place to use that potion, I reckon. What is going on back here? What is this? Where am I? Where are things exploding constantly? Whoa! I appear to have found a trap. More like it found me. I hope this trap finds you well. Yeah. Oh, I hit myself. Perish. With a 3. Get rid of that. Whatever that was doing. Goes up further. Hi. 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 Mobs. I don't think so. Unless one of these things secretly has it, I don't think so. Ooh. No, you don't. Beeper is auto-killed if it's without the bee. Technology. That's not even worth picking up. I don't need blocks. I don't need wind charges. Many explosions. Get rid of that. Okay, up. And the webs. That's a lot of trial spawners in one place. Just completely ignore them and go over here instead. Break some random unrelated spawner. Hey, a book. Efficiency Sapper 2. Sure, I'll take that. Stone button. Where did that come from? Construction 1. This pick is a little bit slower, but I think the Sapper 2 is worth it. It's not much slower. Yeah. Pile of webs appears. Yeah, I could tell that was a trap from the skull. I recognize the pattern from the previous trap. Relatively flat bit of land. Skeleton skull. Trap. Okay. This looks objective-y to me. Have a potion. Blocks. We'll take. Extended hit reach is great. On me, I hasten to specify, not on mobs. Maybe not objective-y, maybe just a second way up and down. I want to go back up. I want to go back up. I want to go back up. And I want to clear the top first. Then I'll go back down. There is more up to see, I feel. Like up there, probably. Things behind that wall. Yeah, there's down. There's that entrance to the area. I could maybe get away with not beating each and every single trial spawner that I come across. But they do often have gapples. And the gapples are quite nice. So there's that. Okay. Too many mobs. Thin the horde a little. Horde successfully thinned. More books. It's probably nothing. I am most curious. Is there something? Sweeping Edge 5, Thorns 2, Chaotic. Good group of mobs killer. Flint. Why do I have 19 flint? Why did I bank 19 flint? What am I gonna do with that? I don't think I have any feathers, and I'm not really in need of arrows in the first place. I just blew up and revealed that trap. Big pit. Hey, look, more books. More mobs. Nope, nope, nope. Nope. Yeah, You're down there now. I'm a little bit nervous of that floor down there. It's a suspiciously flat and rectangular section of floor. But it might be alright. Breaking 2. Loads of gravel. Stuff I don't need. Shulker box I don't really need. I have a few of them already. No harm in having another. Another! Breaks glass on table. Okay, really nothing back there. Not that. Another reconstruction 1. And ranged protection. Not just Reconstruction 1. Reconstruction 1 and more. And trap. I really didn't even need to trigger that. But I just left it well enough alone. I see TNT from here. That's kind of annoying, because I can't really break that. Just have to let it wear itself out. It will. Eventually. There it goes. And throws the items down into the abyss. Checkpoint. Lonely precipice. That's nice. A little bit of slightly better stuff. A little bit of empty spawner. The map is ruined. Go on then. Play along. Where does this go? It goes to somewhere I have not been. And a chest that instantly blew up. Somewhere I have not been, with plenty of spawners. Nope. Shit. You throw another enchanted book on the pile. Shane! Concentration. Oops. Give me that. Lizard. With health. Copper. Don't really need. More chain. Another book. The creakings are back. Unfortunately, you spawned in the worst possible place. Not gonna do anything there. I'm back down here now. Louder, slow. I'm probably gonna revert back to leather boots for that area, just to avoid that problem. Excuse me, don't mind me coming through. No, there's a trap there. Let's just maybe not trigger it. I'm aware that it exists. Or I could wait till some of the mobs are on it and then trigger it. I shouldn't have thrown that. It's fine. Send help. My cat is messing with me. I think your cat would like food. It's a pretty safe guess. Most cats do. It's just another way up to the upper platform. Looks like probably. Grab a apple. Don't spawn a rearm. I'm sure I've dealt with you before. I'm absolutely positive. These trial spawners must be rearming after a period of time. Not here. Graveyard, PearUhDox, Crimson Aqueduct, Shipyard Port, Shattered Steps, Lonely Precipice. Got quite a few checkpoints unlocked now. Many items. I would like to repair that, I think. Good. If it isn't more books. If it isn't more books for the collection. Clang, clang, clang. Maybe? I don't even know what I hum anymore. Where do the tunes that I hum come from? Here, there, everywhere. That is all the time that which I have. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. Stay safe. And until next time, bye. Shall see you soon. The cat has only been fed 3 times? You must treat the cat again. The cat will starve.